Hey everybody, we're going to start a Harmony of Dissonance race on Speedbump. Get the most save points in 30 minutes, that's the goal. Here's our players. Hey, everybody looks ready. Ten seconds to start. I'm going to be grabbing audio from Okami. Sounds like they're experienced in this game. They have 30 minutes on the clock. Get those save points. Just Belmont. Oh, lightning going on outside, a lot of flashing. So watch out for that, if you're sensitive to that. I think that stops real soon though, if I recall. This is the game where the Belmont builds furniture in a room for like a lot of the game, and then he leaves the castle closed up when he's done. Just does a little decorating. Players are allowed to do just about anything they want to get map here. It doesn't matter. If they know how to task through here, that's their advantage. I didn't tell them what game they were doing until 10 minutes ago, so they did know it was a Metroidvania of some kind. I thought it'd be pretty slick way to get a score looking for save points, nice and easy. Just pop the map open 30 minutes from now. If you want to play along, that's all you gotta do. There are 3 Castlevanias on the GBA. Aria Sorrow is the famous one. These other 2 are okay. They look nice, they play pretty well. Yeah, the other one uses like a card system. It's hard to play, it's hard to understand, it's hard to get the cards unlocked. You might even need to beat the game first to do it, I'm not sure, it's strange. I think this is the second best one. Aria Sorrow is pretty strong. I don't like a lot of randomness, random drop stuff going on in my games. A lot of these Metroidvanias have a really high drop rate problem. Really low drop rate problem, where you just can't get anything cool because Dawn of Sorrow, you need so many souls to do anything fancy. You forge with the souls in that game, and they drop at like a rate of like 1 in 100, 1 in 1,000. I don't feel like grinding should be a huge part of these games, but some people like it, I guess. I don't know. Symphony of the Night started it. Symphony of the Night has that problem to some degree, but it's such an easy game, you don't really care. You end up with some goodies when you run through it. It doesn't help that the luck stat is broken in those games and doesn't do anything when it's supposed to increase the drop rate. When you're checking out the Castlevania games, always take a look at the background art. The paintings, the parallax. Even Castlevania 1 has this. If anything else, if you don't like the series, you have to set down the pixel art. It's out of control, it's so good. It's got that going for it. And these Metroidvanias really nailed it. pretty much from Symphony of the Night all the way until Order of Ecclesia. Every single one of those games has banging art in it, which is incredible. I don't really like the stroke line that's around the character, but you kind of get used to it. The GBA games all seem to do that. I don't actually know this game very well. I've only played through it once. I 100%ed it, but only once, and it's been a couple years, so I wouldn't be any better at this than anyone else, aside from just knowing how to play Metroidvania. Finding the castle map will give you a little bit of a hint where the save rooms are. There's usually one at the start of each area, and another one at the boss, and maybe a third bonus one somewhere. So far, 2 is the score I think we're seeing. Yeah, I didn't actually have a GBA. I had a Nintendo DS. So I don't know what playing on those was like. I bought these games as GBA games and just plugged them right into my DS, played them that way. Maybe that's different. Maybe it's a different experience. We're seeing a boss. Bat Company. I don't expect that any of the players are going to have trouble with difficulty in this game at this point of the game. All of these games get pretty rough. Symphony of the Night is like the only one that's truly an easy game where you can't really fail. I feel like they get harder with each subsequent release until they really go nuts with Order of Ecclesia, the absolute top dog of difficulty. And the hidden content in them all is also nuts. But that being said, I don't feel like the start of any of these is that bad. I think they're all going to be fine. Difficulty is not going to be the problem. Getting there is going to be the problem. Aria has a couple hard bosses. Dawn of Sorrow brings it up a notch from that. Portrait of Ruin has some really nasty stuff in it. And they make you use the stylus a bit. Especially in one of the alternate modes. And then Order of Ecclesia really just does not want you to win. And the bonus area in Ecclesia is one of the hardest things ever. And they have the audacity to give you achievements for doing the bosses perfectly in that game. You get an item that doesn't do anything each time you do it, so you really can just train on those bosses. I also did the perfect achievements for it. That's why I feel like it was really hard. Maybe I made it hard on myself trying to do that. Okami's beaten another boss. Did you just beat the bat? I don't know where everyone's at here. I don't know how open this one is. I feel like in just about all of them, you can explore enough to get a bunch of save points without actually making progress. You might run into a wall at some point though, because you gotta find the double jump and the slide as usual things that you need to get in these games before you can really explore. It's been 10 minutes, we're still looking at 2 to 3 save points for most of the players here. This game kind of feels a lot like Symphony of the Night was the basis for it. More than the other ones even. Even the UI and the save points and such look like the ones in that game. I like that game a lot, I grew up with it. But boy howdy, I wish it was harder than it is. Wish it was more interesting to play and just, it's really just exploration because you're so strong. $19 minutes left. Man, look at that statue. Jeez. Oh, there's many of them. Lizard Man. I don't know if he ever gets a new weapon. I think this is one of the ones. It's pretty standard. I forget exactly what Juiced Belmont can do in this game. Aryasaro's big thing, I think, is the weapon variety, which they extend into the next 4 games. Honestly, I don't know why they did that, because, you know, they did come from Symphony of the Night, a game where you had 1,000 swords named Graham. You just had so many weapons. I really like the Belmont modes in all of these, though. Digi's found living armor. I don't know if they found a save point on the way here, though. You always have one before boss, as far as I remember. I don't think that's pretty much a staple of Castlevania games, so always should be on the lookout for that. getting a little rough. Digi's on the last little hit here. Damn. Hope they didn't get sent too far. 15 minutes left. Merlin's doing the same fight. Trying to figure out how to stagger the boss quickly. I think it's a matter of, yeah, landing 3 hits as quick as you can. Looks like you can lock the boss up pretty easily if you can pull it off the speed that you have to whip at. That forward dash is really good. I didn't really design this layout for 5 people, which is why Patty's box has no art on it. But I'm glad we got a 5th person to sign up right at the end of this. Looks like Digi's got it under control now. 14 minutes left. It's just an opportunity for people to cruise around in the Castlevania game. Everybody likes that, right? Lizard Tail, for some reason, is the name of the slide move, and I imagine that with that, you are now able to get somewhere you couldn't have got before. Well, Lizard Tail is a recurring name for the slide move. "12 minutes to find a new save point." Jonathan gets Lizard Tail without, I don't think, picking up an item in Portrait of Ruin. Just gets a book that has Lizard Tail written in it. Maybe. Standard manual. And in Portrait of Ruin, you get a bunch of manuals that teach you moves, basic moves. Kami's in the crystal zone. Well, this is a series where you steal powers from animals and creatures and monsters, so maybe that's why it's called Lizard Tail. I don't really think of lizards as being a thing that slides on the ground like a soccer player, though. RPGs are a little weird. I'm not sure which one I'd do. I would want something a little action-oriented, usually. If you don't know the RPG in advance, it's not super interesting. People who race RPGs have memorized their game and they're speedrunning it. They're using all kinds of crazy spreadsheet tech. It's a math game. Something like Mario RPG would be the minimum I would take for that, yeah. But even then, knowing where to go in that game would help you out. Just knowing how to get the dialogue to advance quickly would be a lot of the game would be still dialogue even in that game. Okami came into this seemingly knowing their way around it, and so they're showing off knowledge of the map here. They're looking for a fourth save point. We could have gone by map percent. That might be a smarter way to do it. But I said the rules when I said them, so I forgot that this game gives you a direct percent on the map. Portrait of Ruin also has a thing on the map. I don't know if they all do, but Portrait of Ruin, Symphony of the Night, they all tell you the percentage cleared of unlocked tiles. Symphony of the Night lets you get like 215% though, so it's not accurate to the game, and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It's partially because they let you get tiles that are outside the map, and also because there's 2 castles. Portrait of Ruin goes up to 1000% in the main area, and then it has like 16 miniature castles that each go to 100%. It's got the biggest map, I think, in any of these games. Seven minutes left. We're gonna see a 4th save point. Damn, that curse is awful. I feel like Patty is in an area I haven't seen yet, but they died down there, unfortunately. Merlin's got a new save point, maybe? I feel like Okami maybe missed a save point somewhere. They're not that rare. Five minutes left. Man-eater flower is probably a stone attack. Yeah. Petrifies. Oh jeez, Okami died to it. Oh no. Potionless juiced. I think Patty maybe has 4. I think they might be in the lead. Maybe. Four minutes left. Getting to the end here. Yeah, Patty does have 4. I think Okami just missed that one, which is a killer. That hurts. Heading into the gauntlet without that save. I'm thinking that 5 is the most they could reasonably get in this. But the opportunity to get any more is running slim here. Patty's fighting a living armor upgrade here. Gate guard are defeated. That's so goofy. On the merchant. The thing to check is, yeah, they got a castle map, yeah. Hell yeah. It's huge. I can tell just by looking at the map where save points might be. They're always single rooms, for one thing. Finding the map may be the ticket. Damn, that bomb armor hurts, man. Probably should have picked up some potions as well. You can see that high damage coming in these games about this point. Players are starting to actually take some deaths. One minute left. Man, oh jeez, it's just getting torn up by these skeleton ribs. They just do so much damage. Trying to close the gap on the skeleton ribs who are just outpacing the whip just a little bit. Almost out of there. Oh, jeez. Oh, thought they got ribbed. They made it. All right. I think, yeah, Digi got 3. Most of the players got 3. Addy got 4, though. Jaspertine had 2. The map completion percent difference is pretty large, though. Like, Patty didn't explore as much map as Merlin, who only had 3. They just found the save points, which was the goal. Nice, that is Harmony of Dissonance. At least the first, I don't know, 10% of it. Wait, it's not super long, I don't feel like, but nice work, everybody. I was wondering if that would be a good idea for one of these, but the map percent would probably be a smart way to do it as well. Anything that makes it easy for us to track and gives the players incentive to go wandering faster. It's a good idea. Thanks for joining me, everybody.